everyone. Welcome back to another episode of 5-Minute Conversations. I am your host, Jason Schemmel, part of the Daily News Network. With me today, I have Trevor Eisenman, the mastermind behind the Slay the Competition online and a true virtuoso in the art of digital marketing and lead generation. As the CEO of his company, Trevor has revolutionized the way businesses connect with their ideal clients, leveraging cutting-edge AI technology to generate qualified leads effortlessly. His innovative approach has not only caught the attention of major franchise CEOs, but has also earned him a reputation as a game changer in the industry. So with that, Trevor, thank you so much for being on the show. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Great to have you here. And I love the name of your company, just Slay the Competition. That's what every business wants to do, right? So what made you want to get into this line of work and start your own gig?
It was actually the pandemic. Before this, I had a music school back in LA, which I still have, and I was trying to learn marketing. So I got into that world. The pandemic happened. My music school got decimated, like many other businesses. And I suddenly realized I was going to be doing marketing full-time from home. So I just dove in and, turned out I was pretty good at it.
Kind of a trial by fire thing out of necessity, right?
Yeah, pretty much. There was a number of other things going on at the time that sort of also helped make that happen, taking care of family and moving from California to Florida. There's like all sorts of things that went on. It was just a lot easier to be able to do something that I could do, part-time on my own. And then now it's turned into a full-time occupation. And I think there's a lot of opportunity right now that business owners don't know about when it comes to marketing their business, especially on Bing of all places. Not something that I expected to discover, but there's a special reason why business owners should pay attention to Bing and get on there. Not that that's the only thing I work on, but there's it's kind of a lot of people just dismiss Bing, and it's a mistake.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of people view Bing as just like it's the number one browser to download Google or Firefox, right?
By default.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And I know every time you try and download it, Bing's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And you're like, "Well, yeah." But I definitely get what you mean, though. A lot of people write off Bing and not understanding that there's still a decent market share for that browser and getting noticed on there. So in your research and helping other companies stand out from their competition, which every business needs to be focusing on, what are you seeing that other companies need to be paying attention to besides Bing, or maybe in addition to Bing?
Well, with Bing specifically, since we have a short time here, I'll just go over some brief statistics. About half of the US uses Bing on a regular basis. This is driven in part that about 98+% of companies are using Microsoft as their platform. So it's the default program. So if you think about it, a lot of people spend time at work searching for things. So in the B2B category, I think there's a lot of search volume that is not even looked at if you're focused on Google. So in the B2B space, sometimes I find that there is more search volume on Bing than there is on Google. Plus, it's about 30 to 70% less cost to do PPC on Bing than it is to do on Google, which the other day I saw a keyword. It was a personal injury attorney. It was $450 a click.
Whoa.
On Google. Well,
yeah, I imagine that's pretty popular.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of opportunity in the B2B, not just B2B, but also B2C for certain topics. Bing made, I think it was close to 12 billion in ad revenue last year. So it's not nothing. And there's like 25% of the US uses Bing all the time. Another 25% uses Google and Bing. And then the other 50% is using Google. And, I was a Google user. That's mostly what I use. But I think there's a lot of opportunity that if you don't jump in now, you're going to be behind everyone else in line. It just doesn't make any sense to just keep ignoring it. The common perception I get is people, I mentioned Bing and they're like, people actually use Bing. So they have no idea how it's grown 27% a year or that's the current rate. So if you ignore it, I think you ignore it at your peril. And with the kind of campaigns that I specialize in, I mean, I have access to all the usual campaigns, SEO, PPC, and all that. But I specialize in a campaign that eliminates your competition in the organic search results without PPC or SEO. We don't even need to modify the website particularly. And it's kind of like having the mafia take out your competition online, but without the mafia.
So a more legal way of doing it.
Yeah, well, people do think that what we're able to accomplish is like it's either black magic or black hat tech, but it's actually not. We don't do anything black hat because that's always a losing battle.
Right.
But
okay.
Yeah, this campaign that we do focuses on Bing and YouTube at the moment. So I'm really steeped into that world as a result, and trying to educate business owners on not ignoring it.
Right. I know. And that can be hard to do sometimes because a lot of people can be like really set in their ways of like, no, this is what I do. So that's all that I want to focus on, instead of thinking like, oh, there might be other possibilities too. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that said, there are some fantastic campaigns that you can do to show up at the top of Google searches, like local service ads is a great campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little pause on my screen there, but so local service ads, like, they say in real estate, location. That's basically local service ads. You're at the top of search pages above any pay-per-click ads and everything else. So it's like a great place to be if you qualify for that. But there's other ways to show up on Google for local search. I think Google's great for local search for near me things. They're total king in that. But if you want to make your brand look like it's the only thing people are talking about, then Bing is not a bad place to show up at all. It's going to be, I think it's like the second largest search engine compared to Google and YouTube, if you stick those together. So it's a sort of a natural alternative to Google.
Fantastic. Definitely something to check out for sure. So if you're running a business and you want to know how to get noticed online, not just in the Google space, make sure to check out Trevor with Slay the Competition Online. So Trevor, thank you so much. We're at time right now, but thank you so much for coming on and sharing your words of wisdom with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Jason.
All right. Take care. We'll talk soon.